Hello and welcome to today's video. I know it's been a while since I've posted and I'm sorry for that, but I have a really fun video for you guys today. Today we're going to be making these pretty floral magnets. So you can see there's a magnet on the back and I'm going to walk you guys through how to make these. So let's jump into the materials you're going to need. So the first thing you're going to need, obviously epoxy. I use Alumilite, so that's a given. And then you're gonna need molds. So the molds that I've been using are actually fondant molds, and I got these from Hobby Lobby in the baking section. So this one is a succulent, I believe. It made this one. And then this one is a rose, and it made this one. And then I ordered this. I think this is also a fondant mold. I ordered it off Amazon. Everything will be linked down below. Okay, so then you're going to need some mica powders. These are just some ones I got off Amazon. And then if you want, you can use some alcohol inks. I love alcohol inks, so I use them for everything. And then lastly, you're going to need some paintbrushes. So we're gonna start by just brushing in some mica powder into our mold. Depending on the mica powder you use, it will change the finish of the magnet. So if you want a more matte finish, then look for a more matte mica powder. I prefer a shimmery finish, but I'm going to show you both in this video. So something to keep in mind when you're doing this is that the points that are further in the mold are going to be the top of the magnet. So if you want just the tips of your magnet to have mica powder on it, really push it down deep into the mold, because that's where you're gonna get the tips. You can also use different mica powders in the same mold. So you can see I'm doing yellow in the middle of this daisy, and then I'm going to do the white pearl on the outside on the petals. Also, something to keep in mind is that the more mica powder you use, the more opaque it's going to be, and you're only going to see the mica powder. And then if you use less mica powder and kind of fade it out, it becomes a little more translucent and you can see the actual epoxy behind it. So I'm going to show you two examples here. The one on the left that I just did is with a lot of mica, and the one that I'm doing now is faded out. Now you can go ahead and add your epoxy. For this daisy, I'm just doing clear because I really want those micas to come through. And then I'm going to add some alcohol ink to my epoxy for the pink flowers that I just did. So I'm adding a few drops of the Tim Holtz Pearl in, I forget what this is called, Enchantment, maybe something like that. And then I'm adding a little bit of Flamingo. I'm also going to add this pink into the mold that I did with just the pearl mica powder. Okay, then I'm going to add some Tim Holtz patina into my leftover epoxy and pour it into this blue. And then my kids really wanted me to try and do this giant flower. I told them I didn't have enough epoxy, but we tried it anyway. Make sure you let this sit for a full 24 hours to let it fully cure. Okay, time to take them out of the molds. Oh, sorry if you hear my kids. For this one, I really love the effect that the pearl gave to this. You can still see the pink behind it, but that pearl just looks so pretty on top with the shimmer. Okay, let's pop out that daisy. Ooh, it turned out so good. I was a little worried that the pearl wouldn't show up white, but it really did, and it looks really pretty. Okay, let's look at that matte versus the faded translucent one. This is the matte. Sorry, you hear my kid. And then this is the faded one. I really like how this one looks, but it did have a weird spot on it. Okay, I really like this blue one, but it did turn out super spiky and I wouldn't use it for a magnet. And then this one, sorry about my kid. This one just didn't have enough epoxy, but it did look really pretty. So I wanted to show you these up close in better lighting because when I popped them out of the molds, it was dark outside. So you can really see how pretty they look in this lighting. Okay, so then all that's left to do is put on the magnet. I would rather use epoxy or E6000 glue, but I didn't have any epoxy made and I couldn't find my E6000. So all you're gonna do is apply your hot glue and then put on your magnet. It's literally that simple. And then let it dry and you're ready to go.